And now it's time to talk to our good friend Yolanda, who I believe has been on the show more than anyone else. So come on in, Yolanda.
That's awesome. Wow, I take a badge of honor.
Yes. Oh, well, we love talking to you about everything, but we're going to talk about Pride tonight. And what are your origins with Pride? Do you remember your first Pride?
I do. So let's see. I didn't experience a Pride event at all until I moved to New York City in 1982, and then I didn't even know what it was. I was so green. I had just moved to New York City from Tennessee. Actually, I'd finished college there, and I hardly had ever actually the very first drag queen I ever saw or anything like that was in Tennessee when I was in college, and I was still figuring myself out. So I moved to New York, and I happened to be walking around one day, and like all of a sudden there was this like, my God, where did this parade come from?
You really are a blonde, aren't you?
I didn't have any idea.
So how did that evolve then?
Well, it was so cool. Of course, I got really super excited about it, and I found out what it was and everything. And I think I actually remember going over to STONEWALL and just going, talking to people and going like, what's going on? What is this? So I got a sort of a brief history of, the Pride movement right there. And it actually was the day, the first day I found out about Pride was the day I met Stormy. What was her last name? She was a STONEWALL veteran, one of the folks that was there originally. I met her. She was this amazing lesbian who really took me under her wing and helped me get a job here in New York City. And just, I don't know, it was just, it was actually quite a magical day. So yeah, I remember it. I do remember it very well. Remember it very well. She was so cute to me. She was like, honey, you need a little help. Yeah. And that was before I even like started wearing spandex and, dyeing my hair or anything. Like I was just, wearing my preppy clothes from, college and all of that. So it was just really funny, but from then on, I got super involved in Pride. Actually, we had an organization called, it was an artist organization, Gay Artists Association, I think is what it was called. But we got really creative and we would build these amazing costumes and everything. And that is where this was built for me. But I'm sure you can remember me wearing that big, huge foam rubber dildo around Burlington.
Yeah, that is implanted in my mind.
Yeah. And of course, Matt Thorson took all kinds of pictures of me in that outfit. But that's where it came from. It came from the Gay Artists Association. One of my friends there made that for me because he knew I would wear it. I was just like, oh, I'll do anything, So, and then that year, which was later on, 84 or 5 or something. I wore that in my first parade. And for 10 years after that, really, even after I moved to Burlington, I came back down to New York to be in the parade and wear that outfit and just be like all crazy, But Pride has been a very important event here in my life. And of course, the year, we're going to talk about this, but the year that the new Pride March began here in New York City. It's I forget what it's an alternative march to the Heritage of Pride March. The first year that happened, my husband Glenn was very involved in organizing that, but that's also the same year that I got booked to help North Conway, New Hampshire, start their very first Pride. So sort of my journey with Pride has been really, really cool. For many years, I was just partying and playing in the streets. But then later on, I began to understand, how important it is for our community and for other people in the community at large to see us and everything like that. And I felt very, very honored and privileged to help North Conway, create their first Pride. So I've been working with them every year, actually, since then.
And what are you doing this year?
Well, I'm doing 2 drag story hours, and I'm hosting the whole event. So it's like 8 hour, 10 a.m. to whenever 7 or 8 p.m. And then also performing, doing a set of music on stage. So if anybody's out and about, let's see, it's the 23rd, I believe, of June. I can look at my
24th. It's Saturday
the 24th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. Tell us about the atmosphere there in North Conway. Are you going to feel safe?
North Conway is really, really cool. I'm so super proud of them. From the very beginning, they got the entire community, whether, gay, straight, whatever, to be really super involved in the Pride event. So there's always, the church leaders from town and city commissioners and the mayor, and everybody really comes together for this. Local bakeries, not only LGBTQ bakeries or, businesses, but local businesses and everything. It's been a real joy for that town, I believe, and yes, we are totally safe. We've never had any problem. People in that community really, really love it and really support it. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
And before that, you're going to be here in Vermont to do a few story hours with our good friend
Emoji. Yeah, Emoji and Katniss. I'm going to be, Rutland Pride's on the 16th, right? I don't know if you're 17th. Okay, well, actually then, that day on the 17th, we're doing a drag story hour somewhere in Rutland. I don't have the address yet. But then on the 18th, we're doing 2 story hours, one in East Dover and one in Chester, which is closer to where my property is in Vermont. So we live in Windham, which is fairly close to Chester.
Now you'll remember the days back in the 80s and early 90s when there was only one Pride in the whole state, and it was either in Montpelier or Burlington. That was it. If you wanted to be proud, that's where you went in June. This month there are an amazing amount of Prides. I just went to one last week in Essex. There's one in Newport. There's the Rutland County. We just talked about them, and that's their first one. Bennington's having one. It's all over the state. Montpelier had one as well last week. It was just amazing. And then Burlington has theirs in September. So we have, so it's a little cooler there.
Exactly. That makes sense to me. It's a little cooler.
But it's just so cool that that's happening in those small towns. It
really is, Amber. I'm so proud of Vermont. I mean, I noticed that too. I didn't even see that until this year. I mean, is this something new this year with all the different towns?
It must. I think COVID had something to do with it. People just sitting around going, "Gosh, let's organize something," and it just catches on. Saying, "Well, if Essex is doing it, we're in Newport. We're going to do it too." And and it would be nice if we just had one big state one as well. Maybe in September they'll all come together with contingents from their small towns. That would be
really, really cool. I'm actually going to do a drag story hour in September in Burlington at a synagogue by Endora. Remember Endora from back in the day? Yeah. She's now a rabbi and has a synagogue that she leads in Burlington, but I'm not sure exactly where. So it's probably we don't have the dates yet, but it's probably during Pride weekend or something like that. Yeah, in Burlington. So, yeah.
Now, you have contacts from all over the country. What have you heard about their reaction to what's happening with the laws being passed against our community?
Well, I totally see the support of the LGBTQ AI community in every state that I know about. I mean, that I've been involved with. I mean, and when I say that, I mean support of people in general. You know what I mean? Like the lawmakers and stuff. Of course, I don't necessarily have any anti-LGBTQ friends or anything, but my family is a little weird, but that's a different story. But
isn't that the definition
yeah.
of family? A little weird.
But I have friends in Tennessee. I've lived in Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, all of these states, North Carolina. I have family and friends in North Carolina. So all these states that, are passing these laws and stuff, it's a shock to my friends in those states, as well as a rallying call. You know what I mean? So in Tennessee, as we found out recently, a federal judge struck down the ban in Florida and the ban in Tennessee. So I'm, confident and hopeful that the one in North Carolina will also be struck down. I really, really think that this is an opportunity for our allies and our community to join really tightly and to really say, no, we will not put up with this. And that, to me, is what is happening. Now, my husband is very much a Twitter aficionado, which I am not, but he is all the time, looking at this stuff. And it's really amazing on the ground, the amount of people that do not give a rat's ass about, banning anybody from anything. It's ridiculous, But unfortunately, we have let folks get into power that, are feel empowered to do these things. But I truly think that this recent trend of putting these laws together, is a rallying call. I really see it that way. I really, really do.
I think that there's the reaction while it was happening, people said, "Oh, that'll never pass. That'll never pass," and then it did pass, and now they're seeing some repercussions.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, their rights are being affected, or I didn't know that would happen.
Yeah.
And so I think there is a reaction, and we just have to keep the pressure on there.
And vote these suckers out. I mean, it's ridiculous when there's so many other things to focus on, like climate change. Hello, I'm in Brooklyn. There's,
Yeah, we're talking today on Wednesday, where it's very, very hazy in New York.
We just canceled Drag Story Hour for today and tomorrow because of the air quality here. From the fires, and bless our dear neighbors in Canada. I mean, I have a friend in Nova Scotia that was house sitting for someone on the edge of the the fire, and so she had to take all the animals and stuff everything in the car. She was house sitting for all the animals and run back to her place, which was on the coast. So I mean, it's just that's a lot. That's an awful lot to deal with, and of course we've had that in California too. So these are the problems that we need to address, not like the ridiculous I mean, banning books. A Wrinkle in Time. What? A Wrinkle in Time is banned in Florida. I'm like, okay, well.
So on the day after your North Conway Pride on the 24th, you're coming here to Burlington on the 25th to, I believe, officiate our memorial service for our good friend Mike Hayes, also known as my drag sister Marguerite LeMay, that we've done several pieces on recently, who passed away last month. Tell us about those services. What do they mean to you?
Amber, I'm so to celebrate Mike and you and Lucy Bell. Well, it means the world to me to be asked to do that. And I when Nancy asked me, I immediately said yes. And I feel not only the loss of Marguerite and Mike, but just that this is a time in our lives when people are going to be leaving, leaving the planet. I mean, I am 60, I'll be 67 this year, I mean, it's something that we all will have to look at and face as time goes on. And so what I have to do is I have to really know that we're celebrating Mike's life, you know what I mean? And the joy that he brought to us, and that wonderful, hilarious smile and laughter and just, spitting in your face, all the like little sprinkles that he,
Either spit or sweat, you're going to get wet. It was a fact.
I have never in my life met anyone like Mike Hayes, Marguerite LeMay. I swear to you, you guys, when you guys came on the scene and came out and started doing things and everything, it was just like such a breath of fresh air. I was just like, wow. And then, I remember the first time meeting Mike, I was just like, whoa, who is this Amazon, So it just, it truly means the world to me to be with you and at this time of celebrating Mike's life and his journey. And I'm just really super honored. Like Nancy, we haven't discussed exactly the details of how we're going to do the service yet, but my intention is to bring my memories, and I'm going to sing We Are Angels and just celebrate who Mike is. I think Nancy has some poetry and some other things that she wants us to share and do together, maybe a little ritual or something. But I cannot wait to see you and to see our wonderful Burlington community. And together we will celebrate the wonder that is Marguerite LeMay.
Oh my! And that it truly is a wonder. Well, you are a wonder as well, Yolanda. So good to talk to you. Can't wait to see you. I'll see you in Rutland on the 17th, and then here in Burlington on the 25th. So looking forward to that. Thank you. Happy Pride. Travel safe.
Thank you, darling.
It's always so nice to talk to Yolanda. Thank you.